Okay. Hello once again, and welcome to Fancy Football. We'll look at today. We'll look at the Nigeria match with Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea is also one of the strongest teams in this group. So I'm just sorry to say it to Nigerian fans, but my analyst will break it down for us and tell us what Nigerians have to do coming into this match, knowing that the Super Eagles for me are below par. They are below par, even against the middle side, the Super Eagles are suspect. But with my analyst coming into this match, what do you think that the Super Eagles will do differently in terms of style of play, in terms of being aggressive, in terms of also knowing what each of these players do once they go into this match? I'll start with you, Nelson.
First of all, I want every Nigerian to know that I'm not a bearer of bad news. I'm not a bearer, I'm not a storyteller, and I'm not a devil advocate either. But I'm here to call it what it is. We need to find out what is wrong with our Super Eagles heading into this game. There's been a lot of narrative about from how the team is built, from the games, all this stuff, and unfortunately, to add salt to injury, um, injuries have not been kind to us. From Wilfred Ndidi to Victor Oko Boniface, and now to Sadiq Umar. They've all been replaced with the likes of Alhassan Yusuf, who has never made a cap for the Super Eagles. You have Terry Murphy, and of course, now we're hearing that Poronwachu has been called up to replace the injured Sadiq Umar. So that tells you these are players who have not even trained the team since the start of the campaign, who just stumble into camp. Worst of all, Terry Murphy will not arrive until after the first game because he has to play for his team on Saturday, which is today. And I don't know how, there's no how he can make it. No miracle can make him make it. So we're heading into this game against Guinea-Bissau with only one fit striker in camp, which is Victor James Osimhen. We all know he's the top scorer in the Nations Cup qualifier with 10 goals. The boy can score goals. Go ask the team that we won up to 9-0. He scored 5 in that encounter. He used that to count his goal. The boy showed that he's one of our top scorers for the Super League of Nigeria. So he's the only fit striker. I don't think, from what we've seen in the past 1 year with our Super Eagles, it's good really heading into this game. And like you did say from your introduction, that this Equatorial Guinea side are a tough team, a very tough team to play. We thought about the last AFCON. If there's one thing we know they can do is that they may not have an array of stars, but they play as a team. They play team football. You enjoy, I repeat, you enjoy what they bring to the table. If you were a fan, if you watch good football in Africa, because there is no big name, there is no we have Osimhen, we have Chukwueze. No, it's about boys who play their trade in Europe and some in their league coming together to form a team. So Nigeria should brace up for a game. It's not gonna on paper. Oh, come on! The ranking tells us that Nigeria should be heading to this game with their head held up high, with so much swagger, so much belief that they can go here and get a snatch. Let me use the word snatch, a 3-0 victory. But I tell you, forget what's happening on paper. Nigeria was not what they used to be a year ago. The players have diminished. Some players are getting older. The likes of Kenneth Omeruo, and the coach has not helped the matter either. Maybe Ronald will help me. We've discussed about Super Eagles a lot of time, and it seems I'm now writing books of lamentations. But maybe Ronald will help me with what Pesero's plans are for these Super Eagles. We talked about Cote d'Ivoire. We agreed that they play a 4-3-3 formation. This is the style that they play. And this is why they play so much time, because they have players with so much speed and physicality. What do Nigeria play? We played a friendly games a few days ago, heading to this tournament. We beat the Abu Dhabi selected 11, 12 goals to nil. It looked like they have arrived. And all of a sudden, they went to play a team who is heading to the tournament proper, and they lost. Oh, yes, they did beat. They were well beaten. Absolutely. So, I asked again, maybe Roland will help me. I know he's listening to me. What is the style of Jose Peseiro heading to this tournament? What are we to expect coming coming into this match because I can't tell you what kind of. Funny enough, the injury has not helped Pesero because right now we don't know for every game he has scored the spike goals is a different 11. And now we expect, okay, these guys may be the people that start. Injury has now damaged a lot of the whole plan at Pesero. So let me see here. I will stop here, but I want Roland to speak. First of all, we don't know who's our first choice keeper. I'm heading to the first game of the tournament. Is it Uzoho? Is it Wabali Stanley? Who was played in the last game and made 2 errors? Is it Olorun Ojo, who has been a perennial invitee, but has not been given a chance to keep for the Super Eagles? And then we go to the first line. Who is your right back? Is it Olaino? Or can possibly play as a left back, center back? Or would it be Bruno Yemechi? Or will it be Zenu Sanusi? In the midfield, it's Calabichos. There's no Ndidi. Kelechi Iheanacho is not even available. So are you going to play debutant Alassane Yusuf alongside a consistent Frank Onyeka? Or would you go with 2 strikers, which you don't, unfortunately, I don't even have the luxury of having 2 strikers. So maybe Roland, I pass the button to you. I'm humbly pass the button to you, Roland, to help me. Know what's this? Because
are you running away? Hold on. Are you running away? Hold on. Are you running away?
Well, you've spoken very well, like both as a sports pundit, of course, and as a fan of Super Eagles. Everyone, you are aware, Philip is also aware, Nigerians are also aware that I'm very critical of the Super Eagles coach, Jose Pizarro. I believe with him, we cannot achieve anything. The only thing that might happen at the end of the day, maybe it will be the determination or the guts of the players. Then we can go all the way. Now, when you look at that team, he had a press conference a few days ago. He said in the match they won, that's when we are going to take on Guinea-Bissau or what's the other, Equatorial Guinea. That is when we are going to know to be his first choice goalkeeper. And yesterday we've been seeing them in live training in Ivory Coast. They are also complaining or concerns about the weather in that part of the world. I'm also waiting to get more information from our correspondents who are in that part of the world to tell us what's the weather like in that country. Because few people have spoken to the city, it's very hot. It's very hot. So for me, I don't want anybody to use an excuse that because the weather is hot, that's why we couldn't perform. No. In Nigeria, we also have climate that is very hot. Kano is hot, Sokoto is hot. I thought Abuja is hot.
Yeah.
But I think Uzoho definitely will be our first choice goalkeeper. It's written in the stars. He's going to be, I think, if you look at the likes of Oloniko Ojo and what the other keeper, I can't remember his name. I think he's better than Wabali. It's more experience than them. He has gone to the World Cup. He has gone to the AFCON competition. He has skipped in European football. That's talking about the Europa League. We watched him against Manchester United last season or 2 years ago. So relatively, he has more experience than those guys. So it's natural that he's going to be the first choice. So I'm also thinking I have an issue. Who is going to be the captain of the Super Eagles? Is it going to be Victor Osimhen? Victor Idris? Maybe he would have considered Victor Idris. I don't think Ekong is going to be a starter, but of course that's going to be the job of Jose Pizarro to do that, not me, Roland. If it was me, of course I know who I was going to use. If it was me, I knew who I was going to use as my first choice, the center back pairing. Captain Bassi has been fantastic for Fulham.
Who will be your captain for this? You are the coach.
I
didn't get that.
Who will be your captain? If you are the coach of the Spike.
Are you hearing me, Roland?
Wow.
Hello, Roland. Wow. Interesting.
Wow. I would have loved for him. I would have loved for him. Seriously, he said the truth. I would have loved for him to, to hear from him who would have been his captain. Because to me, I see no reason why right now with that back line, why Truth Ekong shouldn't be starting the game. Because it's quite, no disrespect to whatever Semilogo Ajayi has done. I'll play that coming back and let Truth Ekong because he's the most experienced player in that team. We failed to take care of that Boguma. We failed to take Leon Balogu. We have to play Truth Ekong. Or do you want to play Kenneth Omeruo? Absolutely not, in my opinion. So it has to be Ekong and Basti. Maybe he wants to go with Semilogo and Basti. I don't know. But I think if ask me, Ekong has to be the captain of that team because you can't have Ahmed Musa and Ekong sit on the bench. And who is the experienced head there? There's no experienced player there.
Exactly.
You can't have Ekong on the bench, Bruce Ekong on the Musa on the bench. You can't have Omeru on the bench. For heading to an AFCON where there are so many leaders in Guinea-Bissau. Come on, man. We need leaders. And we cry for leaders. We fail to take Apoguba and Leo Balogu are natural leaders. Then we have to make do what we've got on the team. It's as simple as that. But heading to the tournament, I said, I still don't know what style we will be having to play, whether it's 4-3-3 or 4-5 or 3-5-2, like he said. Your coach is experimenting 4 days. 4 days to a tournament, your coach is still experimenting. Your coach is still experimenting, he's still testing players. 4 days. He said he understands his first team players into a tournament. See, we are sick in this country, footballing wise. It's in a state of calamity. I'm not joking, because 4 days to a tournament, your coach is still experimenting. When teams are beating teams 4-0, play their first 11 and beating teams 4-0, 4-1, your coach says he's trying a new, where we lost goal, he's trying a new style. He tried new players. Players that already signed up for the African Cup of Nations. It's sad, really sad. But it is what it is. Guinea-Bissau will be licking their lips. I must be sincere with you. They will lick their lips right now. But I think the lips are heading to the game against Nigeria. They will believe that they can get some. This is the best I see. The best time to play Nigeria is now. Nigeria is all over the place. If they can play as a team, you know what, frustrate Nigeria for the first 30, 40 minutes, going to halftime, you know, play a stunner or a spoiler just before the game ends. They can back the trip. It's doable. There's an error in Uzoho. There's an error in the back line. If the team is not firing, they're firing blank. We saw that at the last game. So let's be realistic, man. It's a Nigeria heading to this game. I think Nigeria should hold their hearts in their hands. Like I would say, believe, hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Because a team that failed to plan to fail. It's as simple as that.
Okay, thank you so much. And also on this analysis on Nigeria, most Nigerian fans will not really be happy, but that is just the truth. With the way we see it, and that's the way we are saying it. Yes, you might want us to say it as Nigerian fans, but we are saying it as professional analysts on air, telling you that the hope is very, very slim for the Super Eagles.
Very slim.
Very, very slim.
This is a day to a competition, Mr. Philip. A day to competition. I don't know the formation Nigeria is likely to play. I'm not from England. I'm not from France. I'm not from
about this issue of formation. It's just about this issue of style of play for a long time in the Super Eagles. But what I feel that the FA always go back to their vomit. We need a proper structure on how these teams should play.
Funny enough, by this person supposed to be
we don't have those structures.
We don't have it. Funny enough, it should be Pesaro telling the under 20 coach or the 23 coach, I want to play 4-3-3. Please teach them how to play 4-3-3. You check the 17 coaches, like Brazil, all the Brazil to play Joko Bonito, all the Spanish to play Tiki Taka. But that's what the national team wants to play. So they get used to it from the cadet level to the senior level. But even the senior level does not have a style. Yeah. What does he tell this under 17 coach or the under 20 coach to do? I wonder what he does when he goes to their training center. I see him take a lot of selfies and pictures with the coaches of the junior cadet teams. I wonder what he tells them to play 4-3-3. No, because he himself does it. Tomorrow he comes a 5-3-2. Tomorrow is a 3-5-2. He just chops and change. But where he was coming from was playing a 3-5 formation. And I feel that's why I want to force it to the Super Eagles. Because he was playing a 3-5-2, everybody knows a 3-5-2 formation kind of coach. But if you play that in Nigeria, Nigeria is not a defensive team. Nigeria plays defensive football, they will capitulate. Because it's not in their DNA to defend for so long time. They want to express themselves and they want to score goals. That is how they are made to play football. And that's how they want to play football. So if I'm the coach of Guinea-Bissau, watching Nigeria play right now, there will be lots of belief in my camp. Lots of belief. The players will be like, oh, there's something in there. We can draw blood here. There's something in here for us. We can draw blood. All we need to do is score a goal, poke their confidence a little bit, just poke it. And Nigeria plays their worst when they concede early. And when they concede first, 100%, watch it. Yeah. They never come back. They never come back. Because all they need to do is a set piece, a corner kick, a free kick. poke the confidence of this Super Eagles team, and they'll be all over the place. Then Ochoa will become angry. He'll begin to punch the ball and push players around. Because Osimhen will begin to argue with his tools, his boots, his players. Pesero will be holding his hands on his head or his waist as he always would do, clueless, and then they can just go back home smiling and bringing in the shifts. But like I said, they need to just come into that game with belief. This is the best time to play the Super Eagles of Nigeria because if I'm the coach of Equatorial Guinea, I'll be rejoicing in my tennis. I'll keep telling my players, there is something in here for us. It is doable.
Okay. It is doable for Equatorial Guinea. Whether it is to be doable for Nigeria, that's what it is. What we want to see, how they will be set up and how they will go about playing this match. I think Roland is back. We'll just take Roland for Roland. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. My apologies. My network went
No
bonkers.
problem. Yes.
Sincere apology.
Okay.
The network went bonkers as always.
What's your final take with regards to this match? What's your final take, Roland?
Okay, on the Super Eagles, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was looking at the Moroccan team yesterday. I was also looking at the Egyptian team. I was seeing the training, all the drills they were going through. And that's Morocco, Egypt. And I was beginning to ask myself, Roland, you've said everywhere. You said it on AIT Kakaki. You said it on Sports 5. You said it on Sports Beat, Ray Power, that the Super Eagles are going to win the AFCON. That the Super Eagles are going to win the AFCON Cup of Nations. So after seeing the training and the players, that those teams goes. Okay, I also saw Nigeria national team led by Riyad Mahrez. Then of course I had a rethink that I'll just support the Super Eagles. Anything that wants to happen should happen. If we win the AFCON Cup of Nations, glory be to God. If we don't win it, glory be to God. Honestly, I had a change of plans, and of course with our regular or our steady injury woes, because we don't even have a creative spark. Is it at the end of the day the coach is going to convert Alex Iwobi to that our midfielder that will be giving our forward or our wingers? Because I've looked at the team. I've looked at Bruno Oyemachi. I've looked at Frank Onyeka. Wilfred Ndidi is not there. Aribo is not. Aribo doesn't have what it takes, or it's not good enough. Because of course, while playing for Glasgow Rangers, I followed him. Is himself alongside Leon Balogun, and of course they were able to dethrone Celtic to win the Scottish, that's the SPFL, for the first time in 10-11 years, because Celtic dominated that league. And of course, even the last time, there was a time Super Eagles played a match here in the Abuja National Stadium when it was time for journalists to ask questions. Of course, I also asked Aribo a question, and all that about his performance and his fitness level. So then he joined Southampton in English Premier League. He played a couple of matches. At the end of the day, he was not starting matches, so he was not seeing game time. And Southampton went down to the Championship. I think. Yeah, he also went down with them. I think he has that talent, but it's not yet a finished product. I don't know if he needs a coach to actually brush him up, or he should change his football or his club or his philosophy about football or something. Because I've looked at his left foot, and I think that left foot can actually do wonders or magic for Nigeria. But he lacks confidence. He's a shadow of himself. I think for any country to win any tournament, of course, your midfield has to work efficiently. It has to work effectively. If probably Wilfred was not injured or he was still in that squad, you will not be looking at, you need a creative player to work with Wilfred Ndidi if he's the enforcer. So you need a creative spark. So who is going to do that? Or is the tactics of our coach, Pissarro? Are you guys with me?
Yeah, with you. Go ahead.
Okay. Or the tactics of Pissarro. Is it that are we going to play Haruna Luke, Moses Simon, right? So for me, if then attacking wise, I think Haruna Lukman should be somebody that should be assisting Victor Osimhen, because if you even look at Atlanta team in Serie A, you see that there are several times Haruna Lukman plays on his own as a striker. In fact, even when the likes of Duvan Zapata was in that team, Aruna Lukman was even benching that guy. So that tells you the quality of Aruna Lukman, or how to tell you, or Gasparini, that's the coach of Atlanta, I believe so much in him. So I want the situation whereby you should pair him alongside Victor Osimhen, because the hope of Nigeria, whether we like it or not, even for people outside this country, they say Nigeria will win the African Cup of Nations. It rests on Victor Osimhen. That's the current king of African football. He has to score goals. So if you don't have midfielders, if you don't have wingers, if you don't have supporting striker or playmakers that are supporting Victor Osimhen, then of course, Super Eagles cannot actually do anything. We can't even score a goal, or we can't win the match, because I can't remember when last time Super Eagles scored from set piece, corner kick, free kick. I can't remember. It has always been maybe a ground ball, or you cross a ball to a header, it's to a striker, he heads it in, or ground ball, he finishes and all that. So we have a lot of things to actually do if we are to go all the way in this AFCON Cup of Nations. But I'm very optimistic that something positive will happen at the end of the day regarding the Super Eagles. I'm not a fan of the coach. I don't believe in him. I don't share salaries with him. Even though whether he's old or not, I don't really care. What I want is our national team to go all out and play football. And also a good news, African Independent Television, AIT, will be showing most of the matches in this AFCON, and also Super Sport or DSTV, they've made a U-turn. They will also be showing the AFCON Cup of Nations. But a lot of persons I know, they went to the market to buy Star Times. Even though I told them that AIT will be showing the AFCON Cup of Nations, it was just confirmed yesterday, today, that AIT will now be showing the AFCON Cup of Nations that will be taking place in Ivory Coast. Now DSTV is now coming back to tell us that they will be showing the AFCON Cup of Nations. That's DSTV Go TV. But we want to see good football. We want to see our team perform very well. For me, if you play good football, we enjoy it, right? The Super Eagles were known for good football. Also, when they won their first AFCON Cup of Nations in the late 80s, I was not born by then, but from what pundits, from few clips we've seen, they used to play good football. But I don't know when last Super Eagles actually play good football.
Okay, so your final take, prediction time, please. What will be the smaller in this match?
After I said that, I'll be sincere. I love Nigeria like Roland does, and I want to stick my neck out for the Super Eagles team. I believe the tenacity of the boys will just come into play. I must assure you, most solemnly, Roland, mark my word, I can assure you that the Super Eagles will concede tomorrow, but they will win. And that game will end by 2-1. 2 goals will come. The king of football, Osimhen, will come to our rescue again, but they would concede, and Nigeria will win 2-1.
I beg to people on Sunday against what do they call them? Against Equatorial Guinea. We are not going to concede. We are going to defeat them by 3-0.
Okay.
Oh, you're a big believer. Wow. Roland, this is huge. That means Super Eagles can win by 3 goals today. What kind of moment last year happened? But let's believe.
I will put on the bench of this one.
I'm loving this. Roland, I'm calling you about the game, hopefully. I hope they win 3 goals today. I'm jinxed.
Okay, guys. I'll put on the bench on this one. Okay. We will come back. I will come back to these guys.
Week on Sunday.
Okay, so we'll look at okay, guys, thank you so much for being part of the show. See you guys